We live in an age where we seem to have just run out of new ideas. And I think we have one thing to blame: postmodernism. Postmodernism is basically an inability to look back on the past and take any lessons from it. It's the mindset that everything was dystopian, that everything the past created was a lie or impure. Unfortunately, it tends to create an inability to create new ideas. It's the idea that everything's been discovered, that there is no new. We see this a huge amount in things like fashion, where Gen Z are dressed like kids from the 90s. Even mustaches and mullets are coming back into style. Films are also suffering with an inability to come up with new. Sequels, prequels, franchises on the 10th installment, endless superhero films taking stories from the 60s and 70s and regurgitating them over and over again. Sci-fi have stalled, with Hollywood making remake after remake. The industry doesn't even try to hide what it's doing anymore. This slop it's churning out, it now calls it content. Gone are the days of us calling it art or storytelling. Even streaming services are just a rip-off. It's just the streaming wars again from the 90s. The industry stopped taking anything seriously, with every film being tongue-in-cheek and ironic, and as a result, nobody knows how to take anything seriously anymore. Irreverence seems to be the only currency. But now, because everything's a joke, no one knows how to be poignant, how to treat any of the past with reverence. This habit of deconstructing the past is now starting to infect politics. This current Labour government is a very, very, very bad photocopy of the Labour Party from the 90s. And the Tories before him really were just copying Tony Blair and neoliberalism. This gives politics the sense of they've run out of ideas. You know, except wanting to evict immigrants, which isn't even new. Populism was at its height in the 1930s. AI is literally just a ginormous photocopier. It's taking the entirety of human history, shoving it into a computer, and then asking it to spout out new ideas, but just repackaged. Until, of course, it learns to think for itself, and decides we all need to go. As soon as the robots start getting good, we are done. But what's really problematic to me is it seems we've got to the point where we know something's wrong, but we just don't know how to identify what that is. We don't like how anything works, but we don't seem to be able to come up with any new answers. Almost that it's so ingrained in society that all we have left is apathy. And that apathy stops us from making palpable change. And that's basically what populism is. It's a simple answer to a complex question. And that simple answer tends to be a lie. And what the UK Treasury is currently suffering from is the inability to come up with any big ideas to fix its historic failings. Great Britain is one of the world's oldest democracies, and it's failing. It's been overtaken. It's been left out of date. We need to get back to a society where ideas are currency, where discovery is a virtue, that it is far more courageous to build something than to tear it down, because apathy is infectious. And my hope is that somebody can come up with the antidote to the disease.